Hey, what's going on, Crypto Warriors? I'm King, back with another episode of Diversify Your Portfolio. And today's project altcoin we'll be talking about is Phore. That is right, Phore.io. You can see them here in the background. Of course, want to let you all know this is a sponsored review, so we are getting paid for this review. However, our reviews are still unbiased and objective. So let's get into it. All right, Phore.io. You can see here the vision front page. Start scrolling. Looks cool. What can Phore blockchain do for you? What is the vision of Phore? Phore blockchain enables the transfer of value across an accessible, standardized ecosystem that is secure, flexible, and scalable. The platform supports a variety of applications and ventures which accord a growing range of capabilities, including reliable and quick transactions, fast, scalable, secure, and reliable transactions, private and transparent. Using Phore, you have options for both private and transparent transactions. Rewards for participation, earn rewards for participation in the Phore network, similar to interest payments. There's a decentralized marketplace. The Phore decentralized marketplace is a real world use for the Phore currency. An open beta version of the marketplace is available now. Decentralized applications, an advanced and flexible smart contract platform for building dApps that can be used in conjunction with private transactions, enabling new decentralized privacy-enabled business models that keep you in control of your money and personal information. Accessibility and usability, widespread accessibility in the currency, easy use, and then blockchain technologies and services, expertise and experience you can rely on for the design and development of blockchain technologies, applications, and services. Goodness gracious. Now, just as a quick reminder, so you all know the difference of sponsored reviews and sponsored advertisements. If I just were to read that to you and say it's a great project and to buy it, that is a sponsored advertisement. That's not what we're doing today for this project. Again, this is a sponsored review, so I am reviewing the project. Now, I want to take a look at a few things. Now, this first and foremost, what are we looking at here? Just from the vision, it's an Ethereum killer, right? It's a Bitcoin and an Ethereum killer, essentially, is what it's trying to do. Actually be a currency, actually have an ecosystem, have a marketplace, have smart contracts. So it's looking to be some type of Ethereum killer. We've seen this as well with a couple other projects in the space that are trying to take some of that market share as well. So that's the first things first. Strategic partners. This is pretty interesting to me. I think this does possibly may need to be updated. Tour de Crypto, shout out to Tour de Crypto. We were supporting them and trying to partner and did partner with them back in 2017 when they did the tour around the states. I think it was from New York, the Hamptons in New York, all the way down to like Hermosa Beach here in California. They stopped in Vegas for the conference. I forgot which conference was going on. World CryptoCon was going on. So a great team, and of course those proceeds went to the women's shelter. So great partner there. Red Coin is community coin, not for profit for the most part. So pretty cool partnership there. They've been around in this space, but again, they're kind of older projects and older things going on. So I would like to see some newer partnerships. But let's take a look at the roadmap. One of the main issues I noticed with the roadmap is that it did not have dates on it. Right? It didn't have dates. I love to see dates with roadmaps so I can know when you wanted things completed, were they actually completed then, and what's upcoming to be completed, and when's your date for it. So there's no dates on that, but what I will say is that they have been doing some building, people. You can see some of the things that have already been completed. You can see some of the things in progress, and I mean, it is a lot going on over here. They are developing, and they are developing some more. So again, you can see a ton of stuff they have going on. You can check this out on their site. This is a short review, so I don't want to waste too much time on it, but there's all types of Masternodes talk, the marketplace here and web interface, Whitepaper 3.0, coin swap, let's see, vetting the marketplace for moderators, dApps, Segway integration, we saw that was already completed. So again, a lot of stuff going on with the roadmap, okay? And this is good. I like to see roadmaps looking like this. Like I said, the only thing they're missing is the dates, but I love to see how much they're actually working on. I love to see that some things some things haven't been started on yet. Some things are 25% done, 50% done, some are 10% done. So again, they're actually over their building. This is all good news. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at my second favorite thing, the white paper. We saw the introduction. Now I will say this about Phore. Phore is a rebrand, right? And we'll get into that in a second. But they launched at the end of 2017. in 2017, we know it was an ICO craze going on, and one part of the ICO craze, which I hated during that time, I told everybody about, was the length of white papers. And here, this white paper is like 52 pages, people. This is too long for me. I am not a fan of white papers because projects come in 24/7. I'm not reading 40 different projects at 50 pages each. I'm not doing it. So if you want people interested in your project involved, then again, make the white paper shorter and then have other options to go more in depth. That is my thoughts on that. I'm not here to do a free consultation for Phore, so those are just my quick thoughts. But here's the props that I will say on their white paper. They go into detail about everything, right? They go into detail. You can see here history and accomplishments, their crypt coin origin, which we'll talk about in a second. And then they go all the way down to what they're doing today with charitable donations, Masternode governance, and they go all the way back to their roadmap actually when they started. So even though those dates weren't there, in their white paper, they actually included, as you can see, Q1 2018 milestones, wallet and core updates. These are all the things that are on their roadmap. Again, I appreciate them listing this, but I do not want to see it in the white paper. That's 31 to 44. Like, you could just nix all of that out of the white paper. But again, I appreciate them adding it somewhere on their website so we can identify some of their history and what's going on. Because if you notice here at the Gem of Crypto, if you have a rebrand and you're just trying to hide that rebrand, you're not telling anybody why, it is a big red flag. So again, you get into the Phore blockchain ecosystem and vision. For the most part, we have already talked about what they do. So I'll scroll past most of this and get to where one of the more important parts. Here it goes. The Phore blockchain ecosystem. You can see here. To me, this is the white paper. Like, write all this out in paragraphs. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 paragraphs. Boom. That's your white paper right there. 3 pages. All right. But again, this is something we've already talked about. Some of the things the Phore blockchain ecosystem has, and they're working on those dApps for crowdfunding, for marketplace, for scholarships, foundation, labs, blockchain services, the coin, the side chains, and smart contracts, and the Masternode. That's your white paper. So that's what's up. I'm glad to see they're actually doing all this stuff, or this is what they hope to accomplish. So, okay, that is cool. Let me scroll down a little bit more to when they talked about the crypt coin from which they rebranded. Again, this was a very important thing. I had it highlighted. Of course, I accidentally just clicked the screen, so it came off the screen. Let me find this for a moment here. Must be further down. It's further down. All right, history and accomplishments. Phore blockchain has already come a long way since the project kicked off in September 2017, including formation of the core team, the launch of the Phore cryptocurrency, and significant work towards our initial 2018 milestones. Crypt coin origin. Shout out to the Phore team for including this. This, to me, gave you a whole new level of respect for me because you are pointing out that you did do a rebrand, why you did it, and you're giving the details. It's not a secret. Again, Phore digital privacy cryptocurrency, and update and rebrand of CryptCoin, which was pre-announced in May 2014 and whose distribution started May 21st, 2014. There was no pre-mine for CryptCoin. It was distributed equally to people who qualify for a stake. And in total, 500 stakes were distributed in 2 stages. So again, this is all pretty cool to see. One thing I will add is very interesting that the crypt coin had 500 stakes distributed, and the Masternodes for right now is almost at about 500. So that is interesting to me. Just kind of noticed that. But again, they had this crypt coin thing going on. They actually built an ecosystem for it, but they swapped out to Phore, as they will say here. To accelerate the Phore blockchain vision, existing code needed to be completely rewritten. The original code written for CryptCoin, as you can see here, came from a fork from the Pivox project, which in turn, of course, was a fork from the Dash project, which of course have been forks and forks of forks coming from the Bitcoin Core project. Another example of when we always say these new projects, like, what do you do different from Bitcoin? We know you have some of their DNA in you, and it looks like Phore said, you know what, we do have their DNA in us. We want to rewrite our entire code, and that is why they switched to Phore to begin with. So again, this is the white paper. You can go more in depth. They go into everything they offer, but I'm about to quickly go through everything as well. So not really needed. Want to jump on coin market cap here. Of course, today the price of Phore is at 43 cents. It is up about 21%. Now, this is the biggest red flags for Phore. I have to talk about it. Coin market cap. The market cap for Phore, as you can see here, is $10,383,000. People, I know people as in individuals that can pump and dump this market cap over and over again if they wanted to. So that is scary to me. The volume again is only $30,000, $28,889. And we'll get into this in a moment. I'm considering actually getting one of their Masternodes or staking or whatever in their wallet. And my only thing is, depending on how much I put in there, I can affect the daily volume. Like literally, it's to have a Masternode with Phore, and again, we'll get to in a moment. You need 10,000 Phore, which at the price point at 43 cents will bring you around $4,500. And again, if you're only having a daily volume of $28,000, $29,000, and then say I want to pop up with a Masternode, I mean that's a nice little chunk of that percentage per day. So that is something to consider. Liquidity, of course, will be another issue. If you did go heavy into Phore, would you be able to get that out? I would say at right now, liquidity would be an issue. So those interested in new projects, this is something you might want to look at. These are for people who want the new project, who aren't scared to hang around for a year or two possibly to get their money out. Not to make the money, but just to get it out if they need to until more liquidity providers come. So let's take a look at this lifetime chart of it. Again, it came out late 2017. This was pretty cool about it. When it came out, of course, there was all types of hype in the Bitcoin market. So anything you launch toward the end of November 2017, yeah. I mean, December 1st through December 10th is when we saw Bitcoin go from like $10,000 or $11,000 all the way up to $19,600. So everything else caught a pump with that. That was the first time we saw Bitcoin go that high. And it looked like Phore benefited by going up to $8.93. That is crazy, people. Literally in 2 months, it came on out at what, 20, 30 cents and went up to almost $9. So that was pretty incredible to see, but worth noting, we haven't seen any real action since then, right? Look at this. Everything has just been flatline, flatline, flatline until, of course, this year here in 2020, end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021, we are starting to see all coins pump across the market, so they are benefiting as well. One thing I want to make mention though is this no activity period right here is not necessarily a bad thing. It's actually the opposite. It's a good thing for new projects. We say it all the time. It takes new projects 2 to 3 years to really get off their feet, to get their wings going and to get moving. So to see there hasn't been any price movement for 2 or 3 years is actually a good thing, because that means they haven't been trying to just do pump and dumps, to just say, hey, we're moving, we got money, we're making moves. No, they've actually been developing. So shout out to Phore on that. We saw all those developments, and with no spikes with those same developments means that they most likely have been developing. So that is pretty cool to see. And I'll go ahead and point it out now. If you want to get Phore, it is located at LA Token. All right. One thing Phore also offers in wallet actually is a Masternode program. There it is. Boom. So of course, Masternodes, they play a pivotal role in the Phore blockchain by providing various decentralized services, instant transactions, and governance. Anyone can run a Masternode by simply holding 10,000 Phore, as I alluded to, as collateral in their wallet, and by doing so, you will receive block rewards for helping provide services to the network. The operators of Masternodes can also vote on various budget and development proposals. So right now at 43 cents, which is crazy because like a month or so ago it was at 16 cents, which would have put you at like a $1,600 Masternode, whereas now is at about $4,500 for that Masternode. But here they even have a video for you to set up the Masternode. They know you have to be technically savvy, so they do have a video for there. And they also, as you can see here, have worry-free server management. So if you don't want to run a server, you could also just more than likely use a VPS to do it, a virtual private server. So that is also pretty cool to see with the Masternodes. Here you can go to Masternodes online and actually compare and look at some of the stats going on with the Phore Masternode. Of course, Dash is one of the top Don Datas for the longest, we know that. But here you can see Phore, right? Bring it up to the top for the first one. Phore Masternode, 43 cents for the token. Let's see. Right now, their Masternode is giving you a 14% ROI. 14%, or I'm assuming that's probably on the year, not a monthly. Excuse me, hey, 589 nodes. That's a good thing. 10,000, of course, to run it, and it costs $4,300. So again, when you look at the liquidity going in and out daily, yesterday was $28,800. So $4,300 is a chunk of that to run a Masternode. Now, I will say the good thing about, well, let me finish a couple things. We'll get into that. Staking. Let's talk about staking as well. Let's say you don't want to run a Masternode. It's too technical or whatever. You just don't want to do it. You can also stake, as it says here, anyone that holds PHR, Phore, in the official Phore wallet can stake their coins, help secure the blockchain, and in return receive block rewards. Simply keep the Phore wallet open where you store your coins. Your Phore will stake and mint new coins when you find a new block. So again, I'll actually pull up the wallets. I downloaded them already. Bring this on the screen. You can see this Phore wallet. Shout out to the Phore wallet. It is definitely, oh, look at this. I'm 2 years and 43 weeks behind, so it's still scanning the blockchain. You can see it at the bottom. But shout out to this wallet. It's a pretty cool wallet. We looked at the Divi one. This is something similar, another smart wallet. But you can see here the overview, Phore balance, Z4 balance. For those who don't know, Phore can also be sent privately. So again, shout out to them. They have the feature for it to be sent publicly or privately, something that everyone wants for every cryptocurrency at this point, for the most part, those who are really in the space. You can see here, you can send to it, you can add a label, amount, regular send, receive, boom, boom. Transactions. Now this is a cool one that they're going to add. Cross-atomic swaps are supposed to be on their blockchain. I'm not sure if they already have it finished or they're still working on it. But you are supposed to be able to do cross-atomic swaps in their wallet. As you can see, I haven't uploaded any money to their wallet. I haven't transferred any money to their wallet, so I haven't used it. But again, if they can get that up and running, that's going to be awesome. And I think, again, every wallet out there should have cross-atomic swaps. That's something that everyone should have. It's like Segwit. Just download the software. Here you can see, again, the privacy features of it. As well, I haven't played around too much with it, but you do have these privacy features. The Masternode feature, where you can start, add a Masternode, start all of them if you have more than one, add aliases, all in the wallet. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, the smart contracts, proposals, start blocks, end blocks, payments, votes needed. This is super cool. Vote yes, vote abstain, vote no. What? That is cool to see in the wallet, especially when you talk about people getting mobile wallets, desktop wallets, and everything. Just in general, I like this because this is the future of governance, not just for crypto, but for the planet, people. Once we can get everything to be in a wallet or an app or something, all you have to do is vote yes, vote no, or abstain. There is no more recounting and we thought this and this person cheated these votes and all these dead people names. No, you can literally just go in and look. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's take a look at the, last thing I wanted to mention about this information was the marketplace guides. I do like that they actually put guides in there, a buyer guide, a seller guide, a dispute resolution. And again, this is what I love most, avoiding fraudulent activity and scams. If it is a scam project or they're planning on taking your money, usually they don't put things like this in there. So shout out to them for actually putting information in there to help people avoid scams and everything else that could go on in the marketplace. Again, nothing they have to do, but they decided to do. And you're saying, what is this marketplace, King? I also brought that up as well. This is what the marketplace looks like. So let me see. There we go. Scroll down a little bit. Right now it's in this beta version, so not a lot on there. But I can see, I mean, the fact that they have a product, I am very impressed. I mean, that's what's up. You can look at games here. Let's see, check it out. Again, no one's really been using it. This is the beta version, but you can see here how much Phore would cost for different games. What type of game do I like? Let me see. Bad North. I don't know. That looks good. Bad North. What's going on here? We got some Christians about to march on some people somewhere. Templar Knights. Whatever it is. But you can see here you can buy now. So they have a marketplace. People, it's in beta, but they are working on it. Of course, you can list things yourself if you want to make sales. They also have a wallet connection there. Okay, boom. This looks like where you more than likely could do swaps as well. You can also create listings here, so that's cool to see. And yes, again, I haven't set this up. There it is. You want to send some coins, you want to send some Phore, there you go. People, feel free to send some Phore to that address right there. But again, the fact that they have products, they have a wallet, they have a marketplace, it's in beta, but they have it. These are good things for the project, especially when no one knows about it yet. I will say that's the cool thing about it. All right, I gotta get through these because, as always, I'm going over time. People is crazy. Meet the people behind the Phore blockchain. Things I want to point out first and foremost before we go to the CEO and COO. Look at this: 1 developer, 2 developers, 3 developers, 4 developers, 5 developers. Let me see, a designer. All right, so about 5 developers and a couple of designers, not including the COO and the CEO, another designer, head of research, compliance. My point is they have a very big team with a lot of developers. Now, I remember in the past during 2017 ICOs, they were coming out, 80-page white papers. We got 10 of the best developers in the world, but no product. And we were like, why do you have 10 developers with no product? Something's up with your project. They actually have a lot of developers and they have products. So again, that means this means they have a strong team. I like seeing that. Not only do you have developers, they're actually working, they're actually getting things done. You have a big team. Going to the CEO, Michael Trisco, as you can see here, 25 plus years, technology consulting and software development experience. And then they give you all his information there. He does have a public LinkedIn account as well as Thomas. I looked both of them up. It seems to be a regular account, not a made up one. And even here is what really made it real to me. Cision, which I actually use for PR. This is a reliable source. You can see them drop the news release here where it says 4 appoints former Deloitte Consulting senior manager as CEO to drive growth in expanding blockchain industry. If he was the Deloitte senior manager, consulting senior manager, gotta give him some props. Big company. He's already seen it on the corporate side. And again, he came over to this side. Not a lot of noise, but just getting work done. And it's unfortunate. I got to bring up his Twitter. See if I can bring up this Twitter where they had his AMA going on. No, this is the Phore Twitter itself. I was trying to bring up. I can bring up his Twitter real quick. Want to show you his AMA that he did because traditionally it did not look good in the sense of the way Michael was dressed and looking kind of in the background. But for crypto, I understand it and I actually applaud it. Check out this AMA real quick. This is his Twitter. You want to hit him up. This is how you look for the AMA. Now, again, traditionally, Wall Street, there's no suit, no tie, hair is unkept, like what's going on almost, right? But for crypto, as a CEO, I actually give him props because this is how you're supposed to be looking. You are dead tired. You launched a project at the end of a bull run and went on a 2-year bear market. And now you're trying to rebuild as you push out new products that are in beta. Like this is what you're supposed to look like. So I actually commend this look that he just like, hey, just let me get on and answer some questions. And as you can see here, this was about an hour and 1 minute AMA with 1.4 thousand viewers. Again, to see him stay on that long answering questions, that's what's up. I like to see it. Let's talk about community real quick. I always talk about Bitcoin forum threads. This is what it's supposed to look like. This is the actual old thread, and that amassed 73 pages. And I did click on some random ones to make sure discussions were actually happening. You can see here toward the end, on the 73rd one, they actually said that, hey, this is the old one. The new one's been migrated already. They give you the new link. Keep in mind, this is the old thread. Here's the new one. Let's go to the new thread, and boom. 159 pages. Again, this is what I like to see. Whether it's a small community, a large community, there is a community and they're talking. Again, I'm on page 148 here, jumping around, and people are asking questions and talking about the project. Very good to see. All right. We told you getting the graphene airdrop would be simple. This is probably why we are having the opportunity to do this sponsor review. They have an airdrop coming out. They actually just had an airdrop, and that greatly increased the price. I think about like 40-50% or so. So they are having another airdrop coming up. They want people to know about it. And so far, the biggest issue with Phore, besides liquidity, is, not the community. They have a strong community, but the size of the community. Not enough people actually know about Phore still. And this is actually one of the things that turns me on to them, is that once people find out about Phore in America and some of the bigger countries, I think they're going to really take off, honestly, because they have working products. And every time they do airdrops, the price is going up. So just off the psychology of traders right now, people are like, yo, this is win-win. So again, we told you getting the graphene airdrop would be simple. I'm not going into graphene. It's a separate project that Phore that's basically branching out from Phore. They will be working both projects together. The CEO says that in the AMA. But again, not qualified for the airdrop, don't worry. Snapshot 3 takes place on May 9th. So the way it works is if you buy Phore right now, all the way up to May 9th, when they take a snapshot of whatever's in your account, then you'll get a free airdrop of graphene. How much you say? It looks like you'll get 10 graphene for every 1 Phore you hold. That's, again, pretty cool. Free money, right? Now, what usually happens with airdrops? By and large, unless the project is like already really been worked on and people are talking about it, an airdrop will usually sell. People will get the free airdrop, however much. Like right now, if I was to front load my Phore wallet with $20,000 worth of Phore, and I got a graphene airdrop of 10 to 1, them things are getting sold, people. I'm about to get my money right back to make sure I'm good to go. But also, there are people, and even for myself, if I look into the graphene project and it's something I like or whatever, then maybe I'll keep some of the coins there. I'll keep them all there or whatever. But regardless, it's free money either way it go. And this is also why the government's going to have a hard time getting their hands around crypto in general, people, because what do you do about airdrops? All right, but that is happening on the 9th. So if you are interested in this project, it is kind of a trigger pull right now, at least if you want that airdrop. Okay, last but not least, is this coin a scam? The Phore project, they actually have it rated almost like halfway, a little below halfway. And I will say this. Well, let's look at why first. Look at why really quickly. Development a 4.5 of 10. I will actually give development a 6.5 of 10, people. Like, things are in beta, so it just really needs to, some technical things that needs to be done. And of course, scaling will be an issue. But the fact that they have products and other people don't have products and they get the same or similar scores, like, no, I'll give them a 6.5 of 10. They have products. They're not, and they actually do work. I won't even say they're not working. People just aren't using them for the most part. Sentiment. 5.4 of 10. Now that I'll actually flip. I think that is a 4.5 of 10, or if not a 3 maybe. Not because people dislike it, but because people don't know about it. So I get what they're saying. They're saying the sentiment is so-so for the people who know. But, I would say that not enough people know about it to even have a real sentiment. So I'll actually make that lower. Community, that's about right. Community is a 5 of 10. The reason being is because they do have a strong community, albeit small. It is very small, but it is strong. Awareness, boom, that one is on the money. 0.68, they couldn't even get a 1. They have no awareness, people. Again, which is also why I give them props. Like, for one, they keep working and they keep developing, but two, and I got 3 fingers up. I love it. Yeah, listen to the YouTuber 3 fingers up saying 2. But for 2 is also, again, this is my point. They have working products. They're doing airdrops and no one knows about it. So if people find out about it, even if you get that awareness up to a 3, you might see this price double or triple overnight. Like, literally, that was 28,000 of daily volume. That's nothing. Credibility, 7.2 of 10. Hey, the CEO worked for Deloitte. That says it all. And then volume, again, this is about right. Volume, 2.7 of 10. I agree. It is scary because the thing with this project, and it's so early as far as not enough people know about it, if you get in, you're going to be in it. Like, you're going to be in the project if you get in the project. So let's make sure we're clear on that. It won't be I'm going to get in, I might get out in 3 weeks. No, you might get in and you might get out in like 6 to 12 months type of deal. Unless some type of big push happens where a lot of people find out about it and more liquidity comes and you sell your bet. Now, to get back to this rating, again, they have it a little bit less than 3. Or 3 or 5, I do mine. They do theirs 4.21 of 10. I actually, at first, my first thought of this project, I was like 2.5 of 5, like maybe a 2 or whatever. But looking back and doing a deep dive, and then the second time now, I went over my time limits. This is supposed to be a 10 to 12 minute video, but it was pretty detailed. I will say that this, I will give a 3. I'll give it a solid 3. And honestly, if they could provide liquidity and get a bigger community, it would shoot up to a 4 overnight because they have products, people. They have an ecosystem that are actually working on it. So I give it a 3 right now, and a 3 with a 0.68 sentiment for them. Again, I think it would, and this is being unobjective still, or excuse me, objective still as well. Again, I want to remind you, liquidity is low, and whatever else I just said as well. But I will say that if more people find out about this, it does have a chance to blow a bit. So with all that being said, 3 of 5 here for Phore. Very interesting project. Going to definitely keep up looking at them. And honestly, since that airdrop's coming, full disclosure, I'm probably going to get into the project. I'm probably going to get a Masternode as well because it's 4,500. And then after the airdrop, kind of see what happens and go from there. But again, this is for the Phore project. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like and share, and we will see you all with some more crypto news throughout the week. Cheers.